Alright, let's do another one. We're gonna upload a new television program to a satellite broadcast system. Oh, okay. Interesting. Also, I think I've had an equity first bank level before. Wow, suddenly looks like I've done a lot. You know what really moves people? Art. That's why art is powerful in certain situations. Maybe I already don't like where this is going. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I've been working on something creative, an abstract video piece. It's an expression of some of the ideas I've been developing around shape, form, and color. You'll see. Let's get it out there. Just along for the ride. Align the satellite dish with the target satellite by setting the azimuth or azimuth, I don't know how you say that word, elevation and frequency. Then transmit the data from Ember 2's video, file 301, after encrypting it using the TV station's encryption file. Oh no. Is this where I have to finally use Swizzle? The azimuth, elevation, and frequency of the target satellite are available in file 300. Note that you must align the satellite dish before transmitting any data. For more information, see Look to the Stars with Satellite Uplink Systems in the second issue of the zine. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look at that. I don't even know what it's saying when it means encrypt it. I mean, like, I get the gist, but I don't know how that's going to happen, so let me go ahead and get that open so we can take a look at it. There we go. Let's see here. Look to the Stars with Satellite Uplink Systems, page 22. There we go. Communication satellites are amazing technology. They can relay long-distance telephone calls and even send live broadcasts to TV stations around the world. Anyone with an interest in modern communications infrastructure should learn something about how satellites work, especially since they're only going to become more and more common over the next few decades. I think I added a more in there. Establishing a connection. Though they might seem intimidating at first, satellites are really just expensive computers that happen to be in orbit around the Earth. Talking to them isn't hard. The first thing you need to know about is positioning the dish. Satellite dishes need to be aimed precisely since they're trying to pinpoint something in space, obviously. The dish position is usually expressed as degrees of azimuth and elevation. You know what? Azimuth. Azimuth. Azimuth.
Azimuth.
Azimuth. Okay. The dish position is usually expressed as degrees of azimuth and elevation, and the dish itself is controlled with motors. Okay. It's not uncommon in EXA-controlled systems to see motors interfaced as a register that lets you read the current position, or angle in this case, and a register that controls the motor movement, right 1 or -1 to move in either direction. Okay, I think I'm following it so far. Encrypting the payload. The next concern is encryption. Okay, this is where I'll need to follow along. Since anyone can point a satellite dish at a satellite and blast away, almost all systems reject any transmissions that aren't encrypted with a private encryption key. If you do get your hands on a key, though, it's pretty simple to implement. To encrypt a sequence of values, add the first value of the key to the first value of your data, wrapping back to 0 when the sum reaches 10,000. So if the data value is 7407 and the key value is 3894, the sum would be 11301, which would be transmitted instead as 1301. Okay. To encrypt the second data value, use the second key value and so on. Oh yeah. If your message is longer than your key, you'll run out of key values. In this case, go back to the beginning of your key sequence and repeat the key again. That's it. Oh, okay. So I don't think that actually does involve swizzle, which swizzle, by the way, is just some weird instruction that's listed in the instruction thing in the first zine. It says swizzle the value of the first operand using the value of the second operand as a swizzle mask and store the result in the third operand. The swizzle instruction can be used to rearrange and or extract the digits in a number, and then they have an example. But it's a bit weird. Like, I think I understand it. But it's like the mask is just like, I want the digits that are normally in the order 1, 2, 3, 4 to instead be in the order 4, 3, 2, 1 or something. But it's a bit weird, honestly. So I don't fully comprehend, I guess. Or I think it's actually, I guess it's actually their default order is 4, 3, 2, 1 if it's a 4-digit number. But you can swizzle those values around however you want, those digits around. But I don't think I actually need to do that here because I'm not trying to rearrange the digits. I need to actually add them and stuff. So I don't think I need to do that. There is one thing I'm looking at in the mask where if I input the number 6789 with the mask 2000, so 2000, the result would be 8000 because the number, the digit that corresponds with 2 is 8, and then the zeros just stay 0. Like 0 is just always 0, I guess. But I think you would like get leading zeros. So anyway, I don't think I'll really need to use swizzle here yet, just yet. All right, so let me go back to the game. Oh man. Okay, align the satellite dish with the target satellite by setting the azimuth, elevation, and frequency. Then, so okay, so I have to set the azimuth, elevation, and frequency, then transmit the data. Those are the ones I want, and then azimuth is here, data is here, or sorry, elevation is here, and frequency is here. Data is, I think that's where I write stuff to. Also, it's city living. 10 men and a dog. It's a weird coincidence considering my username online is 10 dog, but alright. Cooking for losers. Take down. Buy it. Love it. Future look 2000. Alright. Okay. So let me see here. Does it mention? It says, okay. Then transmit data. I have to transmit that after encrypting it with this encryption key. And I must align the satellite dish before transmitting any data. Okay. And I guess I just send the data into there. I don't use the motor, I guess. Is that right? Or no? Because it said something about how the dish itself is controlled with motors. It's not uncommon in EXA-controlled systems to see motors interfaced as a register that lets you read the current position and a register that controls the motor. So I think I can just read in what value I'm currently at there. I can't actually just update it. So just to test that, if I say like link, let me actually do link 800, link 799, and then say like copy 100 to frequency. Wait. Oh, whoops. I did that way too. Out of instructions. It didn't actually change anything with the frequency, so yeah, no. Oh, wait, did it? Oh, this is 3.7 now. Which is not what I expected, but it went from 388 to... Wait, what? What if I just copy 1? What if I copy 2? Oh. That just seems to like reset the frequency or something to like 3.7 no matter what I put in. Let me just put in like a gigantic number. Okay, that's too big. Oh no, that what? Am I adding or something? Maybe I'm adding or no, but it's like it went down when I did 100. Oh wait, no, frequency is the one thing that I actually do need to write directly to because data is the data stream. So I'm not actually sure how frequency works now though, because I want the frequency to be 384, but if I just write in 384, I don't think that. Oh no, it does. I don't know. Wait, let me just see like another example. 381, 400. So will that work if I say 400? Yeah, okay. I don't know. I guess you just can't do certain values because like, yeah, they're all in like the 300, 400 range. I think I was just going too small or too big or something. What's the idea? Okay, so frequency that you actually do just write straight into it. But let me do another link to go to the azimuth thing, and then I'll say copy 1 into azimuth. And I don't think that'll actually do anything. But let's see. Yeah, it didn't actually change azimuth. And just to test, if I do like 10, nope. Still, I'm just looking here. It's still 140 the whole time. Make it 100. Still, yeah. You can only read into that, or read from it, I should say. Okay, good to know. So I just write the frequency directly in. Oh wait, actually, let me. Before I do that, let me. If I instead write to the motor, and apparently if I write 1, does it just increase the azimuth by 1? Yeah, okay. And I can't say like 2, can I? No, it's still just, so it's just, you either write a positive, and I think if I do 0, just nothing changes. Yeah, nothing changes. And then if I do -1, it goes down by 1. And if I do -2, it still just goes down by 1. And then just lastly, I just want to make sure I understand everything before I start doing this. So I expect that to just go to 42. Yeah, even though I wrote -2. So I'm sure if I write like 3, it'll just go up to 44. Yeah, okay. Huh, so I'll have to do it like in multiple instructions over and over kind of thing. Okay. This is doable. It's a lot going on though, for sure. So I don't, why is this one in like a separate area? Maybe that's like a terminal store. Okay, it doesn't really matter. I'm not doing that. Oh boy. So before I can do anything with the data, I want to change all of the settings on the satellite transmitter or whatever we're changing. I guess whatever it's called. Satellite dish. So to do that, I need to see the value there and do something with it. So I wonder, like I could have 3 bots. Kind of feels like I should have 3 bots, whether they're replicated or not, doing each one at the same time, because otherwise it would just be really slow to have like one bot go here, update the frequency, go here, update the azimuth, go back, go here, update the elevation. Like that feels unnecessary. I think maybe a good way would just be I go here, I probably go here. I don't know, I'll figure out how this is gonna, oh no, that's the encryption thing. Oh, 300 is right here. Yeah, 300, so I'll probably take 300 with me and then copy 2 or replicate 2 bots, and the bot that's remains in here is going to change the frequency value. That'll be really easy because that's just copying a value straight in that's from here. But then that bot can also be reused afterwards to do some data stuff if that's needed. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Well, let's just take it one step at a time. So I definitely need 300 unless I want a bot to just globally communicate those values over, but that doesn't really seem very good. And because there's because there's 3 values, I wonder. Oh no, I kind of have a good idea actually. I think I'll make XA grab 300, link, what is it? Link 800, link 799, and then copy, or I guess it actually needs a seek 1 because it'll be just reading the word azimuth. But then seek 1, copy F to X, and then if it replicates now, the new bot will have that azimuth value. So I'll just send that bot over there and make him do some stuff. So that'll be like the Azzy bot. So I'll say mark Azzy and well, I don't know. We'll figure that out. But I'll just say halt for now. and then after it replicates that, then I'll do seek another one just to get past the word elevation and and then copy F into X again, replicate 1 for the elevation, and then so I'll have another mark spot here, mark Ella, and then just halt for now, and then we just need to copy the frequency value in. So again, it'll just be seek 1, and then we can just say straight up copy F into frequency, and then I'll just say halt just to see how this goes right now. Oh, right. Well, okay, I guess I should at least say link to 800 and you link to 801 just so we can see them go to the right place. If it's, yeah, that's good. Good. And then, oh, I think he copied it in so fast. Nice. Cool. So that's not too bad. And now, so for the azimuth and the elevation, it's a bit weird because we need to think about how, I think, okay, so in this case, the azimuth is 140. I have to go down to 123, and it's 43. I have to go down to 36. But yeah, in this one, I have to go up by 1 for the azimuth. I have to go down for elevation, down for azimuth, up for elevation. Yeah, it's like all over the place. So I can't predict whether I'm gonna be able to go up or down to the correct to the azimuth or elevation value I want. but so I'll need to read in. I'll definitely need to read in the azimuth value. Huh. But then if I'm reading it in, or no, I don't even have to read it in. It'll just always, or no, yeah, I can start with that. So, cause like I can just, like that's a register I can use. So I can say something like, if it's bigger than that, do this, and if it's smaller than that, do this. I could do it with like a lot of loops. I'm just wondering if there's like a better way. Yeah, see, the thing is, if I just took the difference so it's like if I took the difference between 140 and 123 and get that 17, it would almost be better if I could just say, oh wait, I think I can do that. Oh shoot, I think I just thought of something that'll work pretty nicely. So, what if I say, subtract, let's see, I guess I want this to be, this is kind of weird. Actually, I'm not sure how I do this. Because if it's negative, I want one. Well, anyway, this is the idea. So I'll subtract one from the other. I'm just going to make a guess right now at what the, like, one way this could work. Subtract x from asim, and then store that in t. And then, so in this case, I think that would make it so 123 minus 140, I would have negative 17 stored in here. So I think, yeah, yeah, so this is the weird part. I'm not really sure how this is going to work. But see, if I have that negative 17, I just have to add 1 over and over again until that's 0. Oh, but see, the problem is the t value, if it's 1, or no, I think, wait, actually, let me check, because, no, yeah, if it's 0, it's false. If it's, I think if, or let me check, because I'm actually not remembering this. Wait. Oh, so t-jump works. Jump to the specified label if the t-register equals 1 or any value other than 0. Oh, so that's kind of good, because then either direction, I'll just say, and I think I could just say like f-jump basically. Jump to the specified label if it equals 0. Yeah, I'll just say f-jump. So even -1 it evaluates as true. And then so it's like, as long as it's true, do this thing until it's false. The only thing is that sometimes I would want to add over and over, and sometimes I would or not really, sometimes I'd want to copy 1 and 1. Sometimes I'd want to copy just the number 1 over and over again to motor, and sometimes I'd want to copy -1 over and over to motor. But actually, as I saw, I could copy any positive or any negative value. But if I want to build towards 0, I do need to know if I'm adding 1 every time to my t value or I'm subtracting by 1 every time. So how would I get around that? I think I think probably I'd first then just test if, yeah, I think I have to do a test, but that's okay, because before I use the t register, I'll say test if, actually, I wonder if they can ever be equal. I didn't actually look for that. Let me just see, 158, 139, 121, 125, 145, 132, 121, 160, 123, 147, 152, 149. Doesn't seem like it. Like, I feel like it should be a possibility I have to watch out for, but I'm actually not at least seeing it in these first 27 that I've looked at. but that could just be a coincidence. It could be later on, and I'm not even looking at elevation. Well, it seems like for whatever reason they're not really doing it where you'll get this, you'll already have it on the right setting for something, because I see off by 1 for a lot of these, but I haven't. Yeah, there's quite a few actually that are off by 1, but not a single one I've seen that's already at the right value, which, you know, it might not even matter if it was, depending on how I write this code, but I think what I'll say is I'll say test if x is less, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but x is less than, let's say, asim, and then, so if it is less, I want to, if x is less, which it is in this case, I think I actually want to subtract, I want to say 140 minus 123. Well, it's just a matter of knowing if I want to add 1 every time or subtract 1 every time. You know, I feel like I could almost get away with this without doing a test, because, like, if I say subtract, let me try doing it the other way, asim x, put it in t, I would get positive 17, and then I just want to send -1 over and over again. So I'm kind of wondering if I can just do some, like, yeah, because I don't actually need anything in my X register now. So I feel like I could just say divide well, let's see, how do I do this? Because I think I want my X register to be, okay, yeah, actually no, I would just say, I mean, this is kind of, so I'm trying to think of, so, like, in this case, it'd be nice if my X register had a -1, so that I could just say copy X. Yeah, so I could say in general copy X into, actually, or just any negative number would work, but yeah, just some negative number, because then I could just copy it over and over. So but also I would want to be, yeah, I'm just thinking. There's totally a way to do this, but I really have to think about this, because I have a positive number in the t, so I need to subtract by 1 over and over again. But it could be the case where I'd want to add over and over again. But one way to figure out whether I want to add or subtract is I just need to, like, see what the like sign, the whatever the word is for that, the plus or minus state of the T register is, and do the opposite. Which I don't think there's like a thing for that. It's just like, give me the opposite sign of, like, yeah, like that's not. But if I multiply something by -1, that has the exact same effect. So that's why I'm thinking, why don't I just say, I think it's Mully, is that right? multiply the T register thing by -1 and store it in X. And then, so in this case, we would have -17 in there. And like I saw, it doesn't really matter if I'm adding -2000 or -1. It'll just subtract by 1 over and over again. The only thing is, I do need to in this case, subtract over and over again by -1. I need to subtract the T register over and over by -1 until it reads false. So, and then in other cases, I might need to add over and over again by 1. So I feel like, yeah, I do actually think I would like the X register to be exactly 1 or -1. So in that case, well, in that case, well, now I have some negative number in here, but I want it to just be -1 instead, because otherwise, if I can't just use X over, like, I want it to be, it works both ways kind of thing. Yeah, so it seems, because it's just, it would be too weird to have to do something with like one path if it's negative and one path if it's positive, like two separate like loops. So to get the X register in this case to be exactly -1, yeah, that's weird. There has to be a way to do this that I haven't realized. How do I get the sign of... And just to make sure, would it make more sense to say... Because if I said subtract X by azimuth, I would get a negative number. And I do want to use a negative, so in some ways, like, doesn't that make more sense if I just say X asim T? Oh, but then I would have to add over and, oh, I see, right, because I'm writing that to T. Yeah, and that does seem to make sense to write that in T, because then I can just do the thing where I just add over and over again, or subtract over and over again. Or wait, yeah, I just think that would be the easiest to have like that T-jump thing, because I could do some sort of test and then check, but it's just so much nicer if I can just say, when it reaches 0, you're done. So I don't even have to test, I just say F-jump. Yeah, like that's just, it's such a nice trick that someone in the comments a long time ago suggested, that I just like, I love using it whenever I can, so I really want to use it here. I could, like, there's a lot of ways I could get around not using it, but just, I really would like to use it. So if I'm writing, okay, so it doesn't seem to really matter, because if I say subtract X by asim, yeah, I have a negative value in there, but that means I need to add over and over again. So it's like either way, I'll kind of need the opposite. Yeah, I'll need a positive, but then okay, so if I have a positive value in there, which I would if I say multiply it by -1, I'd have positive 17. That's good, but then I need to get it to just be positive 1. That seems easy because I just divide 17 by 7, just divide it by itself. But I think that's why it's useful to think about this the other way. Because if I do this, I get a positive value in t, a negative value in x, and that's fine. I just need to get that negative 17 in x to become negative 1. But how do I do that? How do I get negative 17 to become negative 1? If I divide... Because if I divide negative 17 by negative 17... Oh, what if I... Okay, so then I put the opposite in here. No, I was thinking I would divide x by t or something, but that would always result in a negative. So I found a way to always result in a positive 1 and always result in negative 1. But how do I get it to result in the opposite, but just 1 instead of some number? So I have positive 17. I need to get negative 1. And if I had negative 17, I'd want to get positive 1. So I want to figure out what operation would work either way. What series of operations. So I don't want to divide it by itself because then I'll get positive 1 every single time. If I do what I do here, then I'll always have the exact opposite of whatever's in t stored in x. But the sign in x is good. I just want it to reduce to 1. So if it's negative 17, I want to divide it by 17. But if it's positive 17, I want to divide it by 17. So either way, I want to divide it by 17. Or divide it by whatever. So how could I make that happen though? Because I feel like there should be a way to do this. I might be making, I'm like definitely making this more complicated than it needs to be, but I feel like I can do it. Yeah, it's like I just want to divide it by its magnitude or whatever, but there's not. I can't say like negative t, right? Just to make sure, I can't say like multiply negative t by 1 and like. Or wait, no, I said negative 1 by 1. Wait, does it care that I said that? Oh yeah, it doesn't like that. Shoot. Valid number. I feel like there because okay, what if I just put the same exact thing, or I just said, so I subtracted blah, blah, blah. What if I stored it in x, then I would have positive 17 in x, and I want to add over and over again. Yeah, this is a case where I need to add over and over again. No, sorry, I want to subtract over and over again. I want to subtract over and over again. So like that seems like this type of thing where I'd want to say x asim x. I have a negative value in x and I want to subtract over and over again. So I just want that whatever negative, if it's a negative number in x, I want to make it -1, and if it's a positive number in x, I want to make it +1. What's the best way to do that? Why is that hard? That doesn't seem like it should be hard. But I can't seem to think of a good way, because I can't divide it by itself. I can't like add it to itself or something. Like divide it. Yeah, why is that so hard? And it's weird because it doesn't really matter what's in X as much as just whether I'm subtracting over again or adding over and over again to the T register. If I want to do this F jump thing, which for some reason I'm really sticking with this idea that I have to use F jump because it's just so nice to not have to use a test. But I'm really struggling to do it. But I feel like there should be a way. Subtract X from asim store in X would give me a negative value in X. It would give me negative 17. But really, like, I really think I want to store whatever I'm doing, I want to store it in T. Because the whole point is that I'm going to either add up or subtract down whatever to 0. Could I make it so that I'm always doing the same? I'm either subtracting over and over again or always. Maybe that. Oh, could that work? Could I get negative 17 or positive 17 to always just become positive 17? Or for those either way to always become negative 17? I feel like that's maybe possible. Because then I would just subtract over and over again. If it's positive, for example. So how would I do that? Because I got a negative number this time. Even that's kind of weird, because like if I have this negative number, how do I make it positive, but do the same exact operation to a positive number and keep it positive? That's like absolute value, but that's not an operation I have. I can only add, subtract, multiply, divide. I can do modulus apparently. Would that be somehow helpful? To know what the remainder is when I divide something? I don't think so. I don't think that's useful. I don't even know how that works with negatives. Like if I say negative 16 divide modulo 7, does that give me negative 2? I'm guessing it would. Let's see. So I got this negative value that I'm storing in T. Or I could get a positive value, but it would be nicer if it was consistent the whole time. But if I multiply something by -1, it just makes it the opposite. But if I divide something by itself, it'll always be 1, positive 1. Which is nice, except for the fact that I would like it to be positive that number instead of positive 1. But I can't really do that unless blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know. I'll probably just incorporate a test at this point because I'm just spending too much time. So like if I just say subtract x from asm store in x, and then I just say like test if x is less than 0. So if it's negative, then I gonna multiply it, or I'll say like t jump negative, or I guess actually I think I would want to say f jump, or no, I'll say this. I'll say t jump positive, and I'll switch this to say greater than 0, and then mark positive down here. If it's a negative though, I just want to multiply it by -1, or sorry, multiply the x value by -1 and store it in t. But if it's positive, I want to just store it in t. Wait, so then I would need to do 2 separate things. That's annoying. See, that's already annoying. Cause like, yeah, I could do this. It's just really lame. Multiply x by -1, store it in t. If it's positive, I just want to store the value in t without any sort of multiplication. Or I guess no, I would just say, sorry, I could just do this. Multiply x by -1, store in x, and then now is where I would say copy x to t. Okay, I'll roll with this. I think this is good enough. Because then I always have a positive number in like the difference between them, but positive, and I'll. Oh wait, but then oh wait. What happened to the whole I need to subtract? Oh, but I still need to know the difference if it's positive or negative. Wait, yeah, that didn't really. Did that help? Or no, well, see, like this could just be the setup where I copied x into t, and now I just again subtract x from asm and store in x, so that like if it's negative, that's good because I'll just want to keep subtracting over and over, and I can just make a loop here and just say copy x to motor, and I will always subtract 1 from, or I'll t minus 1, store it in t, and if it's if it's true, just jump back to the loop, but then if it's false, it's done, you know, I'll say like halt. So just to show, I think, yeah, that got it to 123. But I mean, like, having that happen twice is kind of lame. Having the test is pretty lame. I feel like there's a better way to do that. But I think it's time I just say good enough for now, and I'll begrudgingly continue. So let me actually take you. Basically gonna do the same thing here, except not asm, but eliv. Oops. It's almost like, yeah, I mean, there's probably some weird way you could make it do whatever without even needing to change. Like, you could use the same exact code for either of these guys, but like, I don't know how that'd be kind of weird, because you'd have to start thinking about how you would tell it to write to a register's name that, like, I don't know, that's weird, so I'm not gonna even worry about that. God, see, even these mark positive, like, I'll just have to say 2 and 2, which is stupid, but There we go. 123 and 36. Perfect. Oh, and 384. Cool. It says link locked. Is that, does it just say that as soon as I have it on the right value or something? Yeah, as soon as I had it on 123, all the values in the right thing. Okay, so that's just the setup. But whatever, it's not perfect, but it works, and I think I'm just gonna be happy with that for now. So actually for this guy here, I mean, I could have him do more, or I could just, but I mean, he is holding 300, and I do want someone with 199. Okay, and the idea is that I'm gonna be adding these values to these values, and then wrapping around and adding again from the start, and then just taking whatever the result is and copying it to the data, unless it's over 10,000. Then okay, so that's not actually so bad thinking about it. But I need 199 and 301. Yeah, so then that's so how what would be the best way to do that? So I think maybe actually, so just so that I don't, well, I could wipe 301, that would work. Yeah, I think what I'll do, let me just think, because what I'm thinking is I'll have this bot go here, replicate those guys to go in their place, and like copy down the frequency it needs, grab this and go here, kind of thing. Am I allowed to move that actually? Wait, let me test. I don't actually know if I can. Link 800, grab 199, link 799. Like, does that even work? Oh. But would that count as leaving a trace if I move the file over? I mean, I guess that wouldn't be really too hard to just bring it back right at the end anyways. But I need someone to have 301, I need someone to have 199, and they'll have to just talk to each other. That's going to be the best way to do that. And because I need 300 for all this stuff, and it'd be nicer to reduce the things that I tell the replicated bots to do just to get to the right place, especially if they're the exact same. And I don't want to go back here. Yeah, I feel like I would want to say XA instead, grabs 300, just goes to 800. And it's a little silly, but then it does all this stuff, and these guys, they first have to link 799, both of them. It's a little weird. But that allows me to say, once you have done all that, just copy the next value into X, wipe the file, we don't need that anymore, grab 199, link 799, copy X to frequency, and then we can start doing the rest. So let me just make sure that, let me just say halt there and just see if that works. No, I did something wrong. What happened? File ID not found. Oh, it's because this guy still exists. There we go. And then, okay, and then he has 199 over there. Cool. So he's gonna have 199, and he's also gonna be in the place to write to data. I'm guessing I'll need to bring that file back there. I think that's not really too much of an issue. It's a little annoying. But that does make me wonder if I could do this another way where I like... Yeah, maybe I'd want... Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to do this another way. So let me actually just back that up because I don't really want to do that in the end. So a little bit different, but I think right at the start, before I even link 800, which really seems to be stupid, but I think this is actually pretty good. I'm going to say these guys both have to link 800. Well, okay, whoops, I actually should write before. That was just coincidence that that was 800. I want them all to link 799, link 800. Oh, you know, that's kind of... is there some way I could send them both to the same place where they do that, but then they do something different afterwards? That would be too difficult, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird, but I'm just, at this point, I'm not trying to overthink this. Like, my code might be a little bit sloppy, but whatever. So, if I do that, that should get the... Oh, what happened there? Link ID not found. Oh, wait, sorry. It was link 800, then 799. Wait, why did only one of them go? Oh, 7990. Cool. And then, now what I can say is copy F into X, wipe, grab 301. Then now you link 799, link 800, copy X into frequency, and now you have the 300 file, and I can just make a separate bot that just links over and grabs 199. Well, actually, you know what? I wouldn't even need to make a separate bot. I could just say, because like it's kind of silly to make a separate bot that would need to go here. Wait, why was that weird? Go there, grab that. Oh yeah, because I was thinking he needs to grab that, but then he needs to wait for... Oh no, that's actually probably fine. I'll probably just do that. I think that also makes this a little bit less complicated. Because I'll just say link 800, grab 199, and then let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to say... Yeah, I could just say like... Yeah, this is fine. So I'll say mark loop, and I'll say copy F to M, and it's gonna wait at that point anyways. And then I just basically want it to test end of file, and if it's not at the end of the file, just go back. But if it is at the end of the file, seek to the start, which I think the easiest way is just like that, and then seek back to the start of the file, because we have to like loop around the key values and then jump to the beginning of the loop. And that would mean I would need this guy at the end to come back here and terminate that exa, but that actually doesn't sound too bad. I think I could do that. So just to make sure, he's just waiting there ready to send that out. Oh, whoops, and then I had if I halt this guy, that'll be closer to what I probably actually want. Wait, why didn't... It doesn't say lock, though. Why isn't it... Oh, because I... No. Wait, what? Wait, for some reason... What happened there? link ID not found. I did it wrong again. Link 800 and then 799. Oh my god. Third time in a row. Yeah, okay, cool. So now you're gonna want to take okay, so this mainbot XA is gonna take values in from the global register, and then he needs to add them. Okay, and he can use his X. Okay, cool. So this will be kind of a separate section here, and this will be its own loop. So this will be like the I don't know, data loop, whatever. So what it does is it's gonna copy. No. It should okay, well, first of all, the file it's holding, let me minimize, or wait, I thought there was a way I could like whatever. I just want to look at these two right now. But it's hard. But anyway, so I want to skip over this first thing, and then I want to copy that first thing, the first value, number value, to that first number value. So that's going to be sent in and then calculated and blah blah blah. So okay, so I think okay, well, so then I should first say seek 1 and then now that we're on the first number, I think I just want to say add f to x. No, sorry, add f to m and store it in x. That's, I don't think I've done that before. That's kind of fun. fmx. 3 completely different registers. All 3 of these guys, not t. I don't know why that's interesting to me, but there you go. Alright, so now I have that, and then as long as it's not greater, well, as long as it's less than 10,000, wrapping back to 0 when the sum reaches 10,000. So if it happens to exactly equal 10,000, okay, so if it's over 10,000, or sorry, if it's 10,000 or greater, I want to subtract 10,000 from it. And because the numbers are 4 digits, it'll never be greater than 9999 plus 9999, which is a little bit less than 20,000. So I would only need to subtract 10,000 once. So I'll just say add it to that. Test if x is greater, I guess it's fine. I need to say greater than 9999. And then if it's not, just continue on to the part where you, I'll just say write whatever. That'll be down here. But if it is, then I need to subtract that number by 10,000 and then write it back in. Can I not do that? Number too large. It's annoying. It's kind of dumb. It's like, okay. I just need to do it in 2 subtractions then. Is that right? I mean, like, I guess it is. Because, yeah, if it's, yeah, because they said if you add 2 numbers and you get 11,301, you really want to transfer 1,301, which is 10,000 less. Okay. Why is that so annoying? Whatever. Okay. I really can't be bothered. What's the simplest way to think about that? 9999 and then subtract 1 more, I guess. It seems so silly, but sure, why not? And then now we're gonna go write it, and this is where we copy x to data. At some point I need to check if I've reached the end of the 301 file, and if I have, I need to stop writing. So would I do that now? Would I say test end of file? If I haven't reached the end of file, just go back to the data loop. But if you have, this is where I need to wipe 301, link. Oh wait, can I not link back? I just noticed there's not like a way to link back there. That's odd. Well, that's annoying. Why would you do that? Okay, well, if I can't go back and terminate that EXA that's sending out the keys, then I would need the one that's sending out the keys to go and terminate that EXA. Wait, let me just make sure, like, because like this should work other than the fact that that one guy is left, I think. Ooh, well, something went wrong there. Why did that? Oh, and I didn't align it right or something? Wait, what happened there? I didn't align it. What? 123. Oh, it started writing before those guys were done adjusting. Ooh, interesting. Well, anyway, whatever, but also I sent 999 in. That's weird. Why did that happen? If it was greater than 999, but yeah, why? Oh shoot, because I kept adding over and over and over again. I have to like and writing it to X. I guess I could say like I don't know, I guess I could say like copy 0 to X. Wait, no, that didn't work. Wait, what? Oh wait, copy 0. Wait, no, what? Shouldn't that have fixed it? Or wait, no, I don't even think I needed to say that anyways, right? Like, so I copy that in, test them at the end of the file, not. Then I should add 1178 to the next value that this guy sends. Let me just minimize these other two guys right now. Which is 2200. Yeah. Copy that in. Wait, where did it go wrong? Was it when I had a value that was over 9999? Oh, because if I add it and it's over 9999, it can't even get that value in there in the first place. Oh, I didn't realize that's what happened. Well, that changes things. I have to pause right now, but I'll come back to this, obviously, before this video is over. So there'll just be a cut in the video here. Okay, and I'm back to record, but to you that was nothing. All right. So, oh yeah, so the main issue right now, unfortunately, okay, well actually there's two big issues. Is one, when the guy here has sent everything to data, he can't go back, which is really weird. I don't really understand. understand why that isn't an option this time, but I guess that just means that this person will have to walk into here, but the only thing that's a problem with that is this is the 199 file that I think might have to end up in here, so I don't think it could go beyond that. Okay, that's fine. But then this guy would have to know when to stop and move over there, but it kind of works better the other way around because the guy in here doesn't have to loop around a file. Like the key I'm gonna loop around on, or I might loop around on, but I sometimes am gonna loop around on, and it's better if I can say when I'm done with all the values in 301, you can just call it that's the end of it. So I think I might know a way around that, but besides that, before I can even figure out that, I need to figure out how to deal with the fact that I'm getting values that max out at 999 and that's screwing it up. So how do I can't even add two numbers together if they're greater than 9999. That's the weird thing. I mean, I can, but it would just say 9999. So it's more like if that happens. What's weird is like it's possible they add up to exactly 9999 and I want that value. But it's also possible they add up to beyond 9999, whatever, however many nines. And I don't, and it just writes it down as 9999 when it really isn't. So like that's gonna be annoying, I'm sure. So I need to somehow, I'm thinking of some things already, but I need to see if when I add them, if it will be greater than 9999, and if it will, then do something else. And that's like where it gets weird, because I guess I would just subtract 10,000 from one of them and then add them together instead. That would actually work, I think. It's kind of odd. It's just like I just need to change the order of operations. But I need to know that they would actually sum up to a number greater than 9999. Because if they just sum up to exactly 9999, that could be okay, and I would want to write that value down, and then I wouldn't want to do any sort of subtraction. So I can't just say, if you add them together and you get 9999, do this, and otherwise do that. Like, I can't say that. So that means I think I know how to do this, but it's going to be kind of annoying. So let's see. So I think what I want to do, yeah, this is going to be annoying, but I was thinking like all I need to check, no, I was thinking I could just check their thousands place, but that doesn't actually work because their thousands place could add up to 9, but then the hundreds make it go over. And then the hundreds could just add up to 9, but the tens could make it go over. But then the tens could just add up to 9, but the ones could make it go over. So it's like, how do I test if adding two numbers results in a number greater than 9999 if I can't store a value greater than 9999? That's a weird problem I have encountered. How do you do that? Oh man. Maybe I test if, okay, maybe I should just say if that sum is 9999, then I gotta do some more work. But if it's not, then just go ahead and write it down. But okay, so now I want to say if it is equal to 9999, the first I mean, there's two possibilities. One, they just actually happen to add up exactly to that. Second possibility is they, you know, it wasn't actually that. And I'm thinking, okay, so wait, so yeah, if they actually add up to 9999, okay, I could, you know what, I might try and do it as if like I don't care. I'm just gonna assume they never add up to 9999, and then I'll just deal with the problem as it comes, because this is probably not a good way to code in general, but I might just do it, because also this game, it's a bit weird in that sometimes like there could be an issue. Like I was thinking like, ooh, maybe the azimuth or the elevation would be the same, or it would already be at the right setting. But even though that seems totally reasonably possible, it also seems like that never happens. And it's just kind of like, oh, so the game's just doing that to make it a bit easier for me or whatever. But it's kind of like, well, if that's the case, I'd rather just be told that that's the case rather than just be like, I don't know, it kind of seems like we're making it easier for you, but we're not going to clearly state it anywhere. So, like, I don't know about this 9999 thing. Maybe the game's also like, hey, you know, we're not actually going to ever do that to you because we know it'd be annoying. But I don't know, maybe it will. Like, it's hard to check. So I don't like that about this game. I feel like that's a really big flaw with this game, is that they don't tell you enough in the description when they easily could. And it's not like the sort of thing where it's like, well, in real life you wouldn't be told this. Yeah, well, in real life the values wouldn't line up perfectly, that they would never be the same. So I don't like what EXAPUNKS does all the time with their descriptions of what you have to do. They don't tell you enough, and not in the sort of hands-off way, but in the sort of like, oh yeah, we like gave you some specific types of values, but we're not going to tell you that just because whatever reason, just to frustrate you a little bit. Like, I don't like that. But enough complaining. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assume that they never add up to exactly 9999. Because then if that's the case, I can just say that if they do add up, if I do get 9999 as a result of adding up F and M, the values in F and M, then I will know, oh, okay, then I just, first of all, I need to, ooh, that's actually a bit annoying, because then I would need that M value again. So that's actually a bit weird. Ooh, that's gonna be not great. Oh, so then maybe what I should do... Ooh. I just forgot that I can't subtract 10,000. But I can subtract 10,000 by saying subtract 9999 and then subtract 1. And as long as the number isn't 0, which maybe it's never 0 as well. Like, if it's never 0, then that would work. And then I could just add up two values and say if it's negative, just add 10,000 back. That does kind of work. And then I don't even have to worry about testing if it's greater, if they add up to exactly 9999. The only annoying thing is, like, again, it's like, why can't I just subtract by 10,000? I mean, I guess there's whatever 4-digit limit reasons, but okay, so I might actually not test that then, because what's interesting is if I say the first thing you're gonna do is subtract X by 9999 stored in X, and then I have to subtract one more, and then I add the two up, and then I say if the X value, oh wait, sorry, I just added up F and M. I don't want to, it's not that. I want to say subtract F by 999 stored in X, and then subtract one more from X, and then I want to add up X, add up X and M and store it to X. Test if X is negative, or sorry, I guess I should say test if it's positive. If it is, jump to just write it down. But if it's negative, then I need to add 9999 to x, add 1 to x, and then I can do that. Let me just see if that works. I think it's working. So that's dumb, but it works. Now the issue is I can't go back once I'm done. This guy just has to end. So I think, because I need the guy holding 1999 to know when he's good to stop reading out values. And I think the only way I can do this without changing too much, let me just double make sure. I think the only, yeah, as far as I can think of, the best way to do it would be to say, this guy, I have to do that, what is it? Let me actually look at that, what it's called. Test MRD. I don't actually know what MRD means, but it says if this EXA could read from another EXA without pausing, set T register to 1, otherwise set T register to 0. So I can just test if he's actually able to write down another value right now or not. So I'll do that as late as I can. I'll do that here. I'll say test MRD, and if and then I can just say if we're good. So T jump, we go back to loop, and F jump, we should just halt. I don't think this will work, but I think I can add noops to make it work. Or it might work, wow. Or, okay, yeah, it got ruined there, unfortunately. But I think if I add a noop right here, might fix it, or I might have to add more. Okay, he died again. Let's try it again. Died again. It's not making it past that 1 point for some reason. What's going on? Why is he dying right there at the... That's weird. I would expect it to work a bit better than that. Wait, because test MRD, if this EXA could read from another EXA without pausing. Oh, but we're not trying to read. I guess I could just have like a junk signal just sent in. I guess that's one way to fix it. So I won't test MRD. Well, yeah, like test MRD void T jump loop kind of thing. And then just say basically when this guy goes back to the top of, or I guess when before he yeah, but test end of file, and then I could just say here copy, 1 to M. That actually could be a problem if there's already a value being sent to M. Or no, I think that should work out though. Okay, well, not there, I guess, but he's waiting, he's trying to write, and this guy's trying to write. But if I have void M, it should work, but how did he get past void M? Test end of... Oh, right. Okay, yeah, whoops, that's not where I want void M and test MRD and all that stuff anyways. Is that why? Because like now I just realized I did it like when they had to go around the loop. Oh, that's probably why the test MRD failed at that point, I see. But wait, so let me go back a few steps here. So like before I did that and that, I want to say, I think I want to say here test MRD void M F jump loop. Oh wait, but then I would, if I, okay, well then, I guess I would have to do this before the end of file check. Oops, what did I just do? So, test MRD, and then if we can get a new value, okay, then just jump to next part, which will just be, or no, I guess I'll say F jump. If we can't, then we're just out of here, like done, just like that. So I don't think this will work. Yeah, he just instantly dies. But I think if I add some noops, oh wait, also this guy needs to send it, because I don't know where I'd put it exactly, because it needs to be, let's see, the chain of events is he sends out a value, he takes it in, and then he waits to get a value. So I could do that. Wait, hold on, because I want him to basically test if there's a value he can take, and if there's nothing he can take right then it's done. So, and I could do this however I want, I guess, but I could even just say, like, at the start of every data loop, copy just 1 into M, random value, and then say this guy, the first thing he has to do is test MRD, and then if it's F jump done, and then void M, and then do his stuff. That actually might be better. Let's see, maybe this will work. No. So what happened here? He seemed to die pretty fast. Oh yeah, he's not even there. He's just like gone immediately. Oh right, because he's testing MRD immediately, and there's just this guy's nowhere near ready. You have to wait quite a bit. Not too long actually. But right there-ish. Let's see. Right there. So like 16 cycles in. Yeah, I might just be very lazy and just add a ton of noops, because I just can't be bothered. There's a better way to do this, but oh, is that not enough? Let me see. Might not have been enough. Possibly just not quite, or oh no, because he started. But it's just too fast. So it's like I would have to add even more noops. This is so annoying, because the only reason I'm doing any of this is because this guy finishes and he can't go back and terminate that exa. But this guy otherwise won't really know when he's done, because he's just sending out a string of values over and over. So the only way I could see it happening is if I communicate globally through there to signal that you're done. So maybe I should actually, okay, I think I can make this a lot easier. Let me just go way back. Go way back, get rid of that stuff. I want to go back before I wrote down test MRD. here, and then let me just make sure there's nothing weird happening here. Okay, so I think this is just, yeah, this is the point where everything's good, but this guy survives, or is just still there when he needs. No, wait. Oh, wait. What went wrong? Something else went wrong. I thought. Oh, we started writing the values too early, I think. Yeah, just a little bit too early there. So, that could be prevented pretty easily. I think the azimuth one will usually take longer, but I could just say, before you're done with everything, just copy 1 into M. This is where it's getting kind of weird, actually, but no. Actually, there's a better way to do this. Oh wait, that's not even the right place for that. Now this guy never uses M, so I might even just say like just change your mode to local, change your mode to local. Or wait, no. I don't think. Oh, where did I put mode? Did I do a copy of this? Because I think I want to do a copy before I get too weird with this. But I don't think this guy ever uses M until, yeah, he's in the data loop part. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then I could even just say from any point, really, like even the very first thing before you even grab the file, just change your mode to local, so that I can say before these guys finish their thing, just link back one and send copy 1 to M, and then this guy to same idea before you. Oh wait, God, I keep writing that in the wrong place, so not there, but here. You and you, and once they've copied those down, they can just halt. So before this guy can start his data loop thing, he has to void M twice locally. So that should fix the issue of writing those too early. But now what's the issue? Add X. Oh right, yeah, because after that, then he switches. He should switch to global. Then we can write all those values down. He goes away, and now it's just him. He's the only problem. And I think I could fix this just by saying he also has to take in a value at some point, and he just has to check if that value is something or not. Yeah, so I think that's the way I'll do it. So he'll copy F to M, and then before he even tests send a file or anything, he should, I guess I can just say test if M is equal to -1, and if it is, then we're done. And done will just be out here, and it'll just be halt. Or I don't even need to say halt technically, but I'm just doing it for my own benefit, just so it's more clear what's happening. And then I just need the data loop thing to just send out -1. Or no, or send out 1 if we're still good, and send out -1 if we're not, if we're done. So before we halt, I would say copy -1 M, and that's kind of just like the kill message. And sometime after you take in the M value, but before you jump back to the data loop, I will say, so I'll even just say it here, I think, copy, right after we write to the data, I'll say just, or no, I guess, ooh, see, that's the weird thing, I guess, because if I say copy 1, but then then I find out that, oh wait, we're done. Then I'd also copy -1, but I only want to copy one if. So that's why it seems like I have to. No, that's weird. Copy -1. I guess I could do it at the start. I guess I could say copy 1 to M, and then this guy instead would just do this before. Wait. Yeah, I think so. I think that when I test M, it like uses the M value. It's looking good right now. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hopefully. Oh, we ran into it. Wow. Oh, look. The cycle count is going forever. Wow. This hasn't happened in a while. It's kind of exciting. The first run worked fine. The second run broke. And that's because the satellite dish didn't align. So it's just because the satellite dish didn't align, right? So what happened here? Let's see. So let me just run through it. Why would that happen? That's strange. Oh, something went wrong. So, that's not good. It should have been 158, 37, 381. 156, 38. Oh, why did you do that? Well, that should be working. Wait. Wait, hold on. Okay, you are the azimuth thing. So let's see what's happening with you. You went in there, you did that, you got 1. It's positive, so we just skip to here. We copied that into the t value. It actually already was 1, but that's just coincidence. And then it has to subtract 1. I said to subtract 1 from the azimuth, but I actually needed to add 1. Oh, why did I think I could just say always subtract x? If x is -1, that would work. Oh no, did I not think of this clear? Did I not do this right? If we subtract and we get a positive value, then I kind of want the thing in x to be -1. Is that t jump positive? Wait, so then let me go back and see, how did it work with this guy then? We got -17. It was negative, so I made it positive, copied it in there, and then we just subtracted. Then we just sent a negative value over and over. It didn't even matter that it was -123 as long as we're subtracting. Oh. Oh no, the subtract x asm x, that part's fine. Wait, yeah, what happened then? I think I did think it through right. I'm confused now. Got 1, it was positive. Copied that in there. This part is just... Oh, I subtracted 1. I said 1 minus... Why did I say 1 minus? Where is the, hold on, I need to... So yeah, 158 minus 157. We need to add 1. It's positive. So I should add I should send a positive value into the motor over and over again. Or wait, that's not what I want to look at. but it's a negative value because I said subtract x from, and then so that's like saying 1 minus that value, but oh, it shouldn't be 1 minus the value. It shouldn't be 1 minus the value, it should be let's see. Now I'm really confused. Okay, let me just follow this through. So this guy has 158 because he was given, oh yeah, I think it was a problem that I like kind of wrote over that value now that I think about it. Oh, so I should have because it was positive, I copied that value in, and then saying subtract x asm x I think was the issue, because I either don't have to do that or I have to, like, let me think, because what I really want to say is the original x value I had, which is x plus the asm, I want to, yeah, but I multiply x by -1. I make it the opposite if it's positive, and then it's like, I think actually if it's positive, then I don't need to say this subtract x asm x thing. I think that's the issue. I think so. So then I think this, or this should only happen if I'm in the negative stream. So if I'm here, and then the same thing for this guy, I think. Hopefully that's right. Shoot. Ooh, that's not good. Uh-oh. What happened? What the heck? Alright, hold on. I gotta... before I screw this up again, this is a pretty good place to copy. Because right now, the first test passed, the second one fails, and it's this because of this stupid thing that I tried to do with the man, if I had just thought of a better way, this wouldn't be a problem, but my code was messy. Okay. Great. I might just have to consider starting this over again, like this part. I might do that because I just copied it. So I think all of this stuff here might just be kind of trash, and I might want to think about a better way of saying all this stuff. I just noticed though, T-jump loop, that should have been T-jump loop 2. That wasn't somehow part of the issue, was it? No, but that's an important fix. So let me actually go back in here. That should be T-jump loop 2. Or actually it's the same. I don't know. Well, but let's just not complicate it. So they're both good now, but this stuff, yeah, I wanna fix this. Yeah. So right now I have it so a bot gets into here with the correct azimuth value. And basically just needs to make that the value in asim read the same as the value it has. So I'm either going to have to subtract over and over again, or send a negative value over and over again to the motor, or send a positive value over and over again to the motor. And it just depends on whether I have a negative value or a positive value. Now, I might just do it because I've tried and failed to do the F jump. I might just do it without the nice F jump thing, because there is a quick and dirty way of doing this where I could just say, I mean, I could get really stupid with it, but I think I could just say test if X is less than the thing in the asim register. If it is, that means I need to subtract. So, if I need to subtract over and over again until I get to the correct value, yeah, I can even just say, like, I could make 2 loops, or I could, yeah, I mean, I might just do this the quick and dirty way now, because I've just spent too much time, I think, on this. I really do want to do it the nice way, but I also just want to get this done. So I'm going to test if X is less than asim. If it is, that means that the value we need is lower than the value it currently is, so we need to send negative numbers in. So, yeah, the way I could do that is just make a loop that subtracts from, subtracts the asim register over and over again, subtracts some amount from the asim register over and over again until the asim register has the same value as my X register. That's the quick and dirty way. But then I would also need to say if it's positive, then I need to do blah blah blah. So that's annoying. Just thinking in my head if there's like any way around this. I mean, it would be nice if I could get that thing again where it's like I just have to subtract down until it's 0. And because then I could get rid of the value in X. So I might try and recreate that part of it actually. Is that possible though? Because oh man, see, this is the annoying thing. I really don't like doing it the quick and dirty way in this one. It just feels bad. It feels so bad. Okay, hold on. Let me give this one final effort in that case. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3. Asim reads 140. That means I need to subtract. So I think I'll start with saying subtract X by asim and store that value in T. In this case, that will store negative 17 in T. But I kind of I'd kind of like it to just always have a positive, so I could just say subtract over and over until it's 0, so I don't have to differentiate between adding or subtracting over and over again. Yeah, that would make it a lot nicer. So so then that is kind of like if I subtract from, and this is what I did before, but subtract x from ASM store and x, I have negative 17 in x. And then I would just say, if that's a negative value, make it positive and write it to t. If it's a positive value, just write it to t. So test if x is less than 0, and if it is less than 0, I need to do something, but if it isn't, so I'm actually gonna just make that say, if you're positive, good, you're positive, go ahead and jump to this spot where you're just gonna do, you're just gonna go ahead and copy the x value to t. But if you're negative, you should actually multiply the x value by -1 stored in x and then copy it over to t. But I think what I'll do, just to prevent the weirdness from last time, is I'll say copy. So actually I'll just say store that in t, and then I'll say, yeah, because then if I do this, I can just say jump to like the part where you continue. I don't know, it doesn't really matter what that's called, but if I say that, then I would just mark this as the place where we continue. It's basically just like, if it's positive, I want to just straight up copy it, but if it's negative, I want to do this other stuff. Or I don't want to copy, I want to copy the opposite of it. But I need to do two separate things depending on what happens, and I can't think of like a better way to set this up, because yeah. Sorry, I'm not really speaking very clearly, but right, okay. Well, I mean, if I do it like this, then I would just have to say we're gonna copy x to motor, subtract t by 1 stored in t, and then, and this is also just, I could just call this the loop at this point. I'll probably just call it loop. But if we're false, we're out, but if it's true, we continue. So it's just t jump continue. And if we're false, we just go down here. So I think I'll call this loop. And now this stuff is gonna be the same as that stuff, but this should be pause 2, loop 2, and then this should be eliv. And wait, actually the loop is the same for both of them. So that means I could just have them do the exact same thing, which is nice. But I think before I do that, let me just see if this works. Ta-da! Okay, God. Not my best effort. But here we go. Now that I have one that works, I don't want to lose it. But I'm just gonna say, yeah, I don't actually need you. The positive thing, wait, mark positive. Yeah, once we're in this loop, that's fine. So I could just jump to loop, and then I would just need to say this one also jump to loop. And then there's just one loop between the two. I don't even need any of that stuff. This is the one loop followed by the thing right here. I think that should also work the same. I just got rid of a bunch of instructions. I'm not really sure how many, but actually, you know, that's pretty good on the size. I'm almost 10th percentile, so that feels pretty good. And the, you know, the cycle count isn't bad. Activity's a bit bad, but I don't actually know why. Is that because they go back or something, and that's just like extra activity that's technically not needed? It just works a lot better for me though, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's just leave it there. Well, what did you think? I don't even know what I just did. I'm not sure I understood it. That's okay. Great art is often mysterious. If you want to know the truth, though, that video was just some garbage data I had lying around. I just thought it'd be fun to broadcast. Wait, was there something showing up? Stuff is weird. Life is weird. I had the TV on and this weird creepy sequence of shapes and sounds came on. It was bizarre. Whoa, did you get a recording? I guess I should have. Sounds like an art project. I don't think it was. They don't put art on TV. Was there something to look at here? I don't think so, right? It's just a bunch of random... I guess that little description we got is all we get to know about it. Okay, wow. Slow progress in this game, but it is progress. Cool. Also, I just noticed. Huh. There's a little thingy on the side that will allow me to go back to Patience or the redshift thing. Oh, look, it still has my horrible, horrible game. Jesus. God, I made this. But it is a game, because it has goals and it has changing states. I mean, there's no win condition though, so maybe that's kind of an issue. But it, you know, you could call it a game, I think. I don't think it would, too many people would be upset. It's pretty bad stuff though. Okay, and then this must be, hack match, yeah. And it looks like there's a spot for one more, so maybe I'll even see another thing later on. Cool. Anyway, that's it. Thanks if you watched. See ya.